Who would think in my adult life these would be the action figures I'd be most excited to collect? But every time they come out with a new collection of little people, I get so excited because they're freaking adorable. Like, check them out. Now, I think I have the whole collection of all of these single pack ones. They just started doing this in, let me check. Oh, I was going to bring a cloth. I have these up on my shelf, the ones in package, for quite a while, and I haven't dusted up there. What's the date on this? 2017 is when I think they started putting them in their tiny little individual packages. You can see right now that they've started doing a plastic-free version. Now, they do have extra plastic holding their feet in. I did open a couple that came in this new package because I needed extras for my... I have an out-of-box, in-box collection, and I didn't even realize that I had bought every single individual figure that comes in these single packs. I didn't know that I bought extras of them, but I did. I don't know if I'll do it in this case. I know that there are a few doubles in here, kind of. We're going to go over it. I think that there's 3.5 doubles. I'll get into that a little bit, but let's look at them. We can compare some of the other ones, and then we'll look back at the other... It's the way that they release them is all... I don't know if it's all over the place. I don't know if some are exclusive to some stores, but some are kind of Chase figures, but not really, because I don't think they have Chase Fisher-Price little people. It's really hard for me to not have a whole set of everything, but yeah, and if you know... I've been collecting Little People Collector since the beginning, but I had to stop in recent years. I think after they put out a special football set, Buffalo, I think it was for Buffalo, and I couldn't get it because they wouldn't sell it to Canada. It was only available... Oh yeah, first of all, there were ones on the website, on Mattel Creations website, that wasn't the first one. The first one was, I think, Aldi grocery store exclusive. We don't have that in Canada. And then they started releasing some that were only available for Americans to buy on Mattel Creations website. And then they started putting out way too many, and then it got too overwhelming and I couldn't collect them all, and there's just way too much, and it was just accumulating so much. But what I do like collecting are these, and that was the same for me in Imaginext. Look at this guy, that 2H, the toohunky Imaginext figure. I wonder if the Fisher-Price people still watch my videos. Are they going to make me a little people? I have them all. I don't think any of them, really look like me. I mean, there are so many, and it's so diverse. I love that. What was I talking about? I don't know, but they're adorable. I love them. Fisher-Price little people were the first toys that I played with. They go back to like the 1950s in different incarnations of them when they had like a different name but made by Fisher-Price. Little wooden people with little round heads. This style and the original style, I would have to say, are my favorite. There are some variants in between over the years that I do appreciate, but I appreciate these so much. And it's so funny that when I started getting into these, that's when they started making adult collector versions of these things. So they just have something here. And it was at the same time that Imaginext started dying down, and they kind of focused mostly on Batman. There's a Jurassic World and stuff. Like, there's only so many Batmen you can get. So, but I really like dinosaurs, so I am fond of the Jurassic World. And every time they do an INS property brand, that is my favorite stuff from Imaginext. Fisher-Price, favorite toy company, hands down. I'm so happy that Mattel bought them out, or I guess they bought them out. Now that they work together, because Mattel was my other favorite toy company. So together they just pump out the cutest, best. They have the best designers, and let's take a look at these. Let's compare them to some of the other figures. So they actually, on the box, so there's there's 9, I guess, new ones. On the box, they actually have labeled them. I think in the beginning, they put their names on some. Yeah, they did. Actually, you can see on here, this one, I showed you Mia, but then they had Jack. And some of them were generic and they didn't have names on them, and some of them were the actual characters from the cartoon. The cartoon was around in what, the early 2000s or something. I wasn't I was not collecting Little People then. I was not, probably when they were invented, I was not collecting toys. There's a really like round version of them, like really chubby, cute, but I don't like them, as that's probably the entity of Fisher-Price Little People that I don't like the most. And that's when I think that they started like introducing characters and stuff. But I don't know, we're gonna have to look into that. Maybe there's gonna be an upcoming like super anniversary. However, okay, so the labeling system, I don't know how it works. These numbers get all crazy, but I love when they're sequential. So I guess after these 5, then they get into sequential numbers. If I look correctly, yeah, that's when they start the HXC02, HXC, well, 01, 02, 03, 04, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we have the 9, and those are these ones. And then these other 5 have just weird numbers, but that's how you can collect them. Pro tip for collecting toys, like if you find them at the thrift store, if you type in that second number, it is usually 2 letters and 3 numbers. Is that right? No, 3 letters and 2 numbers. And you type that in, put in Fisher-Price or Mattel or Little People, and you will see what set it comes from. Yeah, and how. So that's how I like, if I do find a thrift one that I like and I want to know what set it's from, which I do have a collection of some of those. And like, I've opened up so many different sets, and there's so many more that I want to get. And there's actually so many new ones on Amazon that are coming out, and I'm super excited to get them. But again, let's talk about these. All right, so this is weird. So these ones that have these random numbers that aren't sequential, they do kind of stand out, because in the later waves, so there was the first boxed wave of 12, and there was another boxed wave of 12, but then they added 2 more, and those were these 2. So I actually have these in 3 different incarnations. So I have them in the plastic boxes. I have them on card now. These 2 came on card because I wanted to see how they were fastened in there. And I did say that, wait, I don't know, how is this? I noticed that they had different bottoms, but I guess maybe they don't. I said that they didn't have different bottoms, and then I looked later and realized that they did have different bottoms. And now that I'm looking again, I see that they're not changed in the bottom. So I don't know what's going on there. We'll have to look at that sometime in the future when I get that together. So anyway, I have 3 versions of these in a plastic box, opened, and on these. And I have all of these in a plastic box on the wall. I'm not going to flip around my computer today, but I have shown my wall before with Little People, and I do like to switch it up and change out the sets that I display and the ones that I don't. So I think they did give these guys different numbers than these, but sometimes they didn't do that. Nonetheless, all right, so these ones are repeats. So do they really count? Should have I bought these other ones? Maybe I should have. Am I going to buy a whole other set of these ones that I could open? Because I'm not going to open them today. But the thing is, I don't really have to open them to show you. All right, so Wave 2. This one, which they actually, I think sometimes they have names on them, and this one they do call the Mom, and I'm noticing that I have her first on the shelf of Wave 2. So there is something special about her, and there is some kind of reason why they recreated her. But let's find the one in here. Yeah, here's the one in here that I've opened, but she also does come on a plastic box. And she was the first one. I guess maybe I alphabetized or put these JCC numbers in order. to see, but she is first on the shelf, and this is the only one that they recreated from the wave 2 of these. And I don't know why that is, but I guess these do kind of count as wave 2. These are more wave 2.5 because these came out, well, I was able to find them like probably early this year, and that's or late last year, and I don't know where they came from. I just saw them on the shelf mixed in with the other packs, and I had to buy them. And I think that, oh yeah, they did come in plastic because I have them in the plastic cases, and then they came in an assortment, a newer assortment with these boxes, and they mixed in some of, yeah, this is kind of wave 2 of this year because they released and mixed and matched some, but I was really good and I didn't buy them because all they did was they repackaged them in these boxes. Now, something that I hope that they didn't do was do a little bit of recoloring, and that brings us to her, where she is a reissue of this one, but is she? Because she is exactly the same. She just has a skin tone change. So what is up with that? What's going on there? I guess that means that I definitely have to keep this one. I was considering sending some of these back, but I really actually love the packaging that these have on them. So I don't. Come on, I gotta keep them. And then there's this guy, which I don't know why his number is not in sequence to these guys. I don't know why he's on his own, but we have gotten a version of him before, and I guess that's what's going to happen with the other ones. Where is the hat guy? Wait, okay, so the version that we have of him actually was in one of the play sets. So there were 3 small play sets that I collected. There was one with a horse, a stable. There was a farmer's market, and then there was this guy with a campground. So, and well, I guess I like to split up the but is he wearing the same outfit? He is wearing the same outfit. I guess he just had a color change. He knows what style he likes, but he is the same sculpt, and it's easy for them to change, I believe, the hats and their outfits and mix and match the different characters that way, because you can see that they don't have the hats attached, so you really can switch up what the characters look like. But in this case, and we will see this a lot, they kind of like to stick. They find a head and a body that go together, and they like to keep it, but they will change the deco on it for some reason. So he's kind of made before. They also have made him in many other campsites. There's many other camping ones, and that's the guy that they use. Sometimes he's not a little guy of color. Sometimes he is a hipster with a beard, and yeah, they'll mix it up. They'll change the deco, and I don't know what is up with the color change on her, because they just changed her color and not her outfit. So very strange, these ones, but then we have these ones. Okay, so she is, like I said, what a great place to start. She is kind of a redeco because she's even holding the same animal. So again, they used the same hair and the same body to create her. They just gave her a different outfit. So I guess this is a couple years later. She's just in a different outfit with her favorite puppy or bunny, whatever it is. All right, and then do we have one of this girl? Now this hair has been used before. They painted the headband. I never realized that there was oh no, you know what? There isn't a headband. This is a new hair sculpt, or new for these new for the single figure releases. So that's kind of cool. She looks kind of cute. She reminds me of that redheaded girl from Jurassic World. I guess I am going to make some references to people who they remind me of. You can tell me in the comments below if any of these remind you of anybody, celebrities or not. But there are a couple that stand out to me But yeah, there's a. Are we gonna talk about Netflix series? She does. She reminds me of that Jurassic World girl who was in that Netflix series where she was messing around with her social media and trying to compete in a world of where social media went crazy. All right, this guy. Oh, there's 2-packs too, guys. Which I've done the videos on the 2-packs. I guess I should bring over these ones because there were 2 new surprise 2-packs. I don't know if I showed you in these in another video, but there were a set of, I can count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 2-packs, which I also collected, and you can check out the video on this channel of me looking at them. But they added 2 ones, so I guess they took some of them out of the case. I think that there is a case of 12, and some were replaced with these 2 new packs, and some of these characters will be making an appearance. I noticed that she is available, this old lady, in a multi-pack that is on Amazon right now, but she's got a different outfit on. But the multi-pack is filled with other figures that are a mix of these ones and ones from other packs, so it's very confusing how they decide which characters, but it's also, you have to be very careful about which packs you buy because you might end up with a lot of doubles. Anyway, I guess I like having doubles because some I can open and play with and some I can keep on their boxes like this. I don't think I'll be putting these ones on the shelf because it does look like a dust trap for me, like all kinds of dust will be accumulating. So I think these ones have to go in a special box where I have to pull them out and look at them. But they did recreate this little guy and they gave him like a redeco. So that is something that they do. And next up, we will look at some other redecos. I am surprised that we did not get an old lady like that in this line. We have not gotten an old lady yet. We've gotten a few older gentlemen, but no nanas. No nanas yet, and I'm a fan of nanas. All right, so here is the coolest guy in the bunch. So every once in a while there'll be these displays. Here's something that Mattel, or I guess Mattel and Fisher-Price, have to change because these displays don't work. You can't reach the other figures. They fall apart when you... I don't know if their intention is for the store to use it as a display. It just doesn't. Like, it works perfectly for selling the toy, but once you want to get to something, you have to tear the whole thing apart to get to it. But I guess maybe that's how we'll do it in this video because I probably can't keep it neat. So we'll have to take it apart. So this guy, again, not that I think goatees are cool or anything, but I guess it's just the fact that he's wearing black and gray. Oh, look, and he's got a undercut, which is cool. See, I might think that this was my figure, but I've never had a goatee before because gray and black. He's kind of cool, except my hair is a bit gray now and buzzed off. But anyway, super cool guy. I don't know who or what he's supposed to be. I should probably look at the receipt. Sometimes they do give them names or descriptive names. I actually could also type his number into the computer and see what pops up. Now this is Mia, which we did get her originally in the very first series. They made her like this, and then they reproduced her like this. So they changed her hair, like I said, is what they do sometimes, but they kept the bunny in her hand. So they have brought her back for this new wave, which I guess you could either call this wave 4, because they did the last wave, they put on these boxes, they put them on cardboard, but they, like I said, they mixed them in. They mixed these 2 new characters in with old ones, but they did have a cross-sell on the box like this, which I probably showed, and now I'm regret not saving it, because I might want to save this just for my records and to know that this is the whole collection. So they never did that before. So on the box, you would never know if you had the full collection if you'd have to stumble upon a full box that no grubby little hands have touched, and then you know that you've got all of the characters. So anyway, it was very strange for me in the wave one, because this girl came later after they released this one, and I was like, that's the same character, why would they release the same one? But these were in the early stages, in the beginnings, and that kind of became a trend for them to do. And I had them in order in this box, and now I don't. Oh, here, put her over here. Put her over here. Oh, she's actually in wave 2. So, oh yeah, she's actually in wave 2. She's not the one I'm talking about. This is the second Mia. So they put out this Mia in wave 1. Then they put out this Mia. Is that her name even? MIA, Mia, yeah. And then they put out, I didn't know we were going to go down memory lane here. And they put out this one in wave 2. So I guess it's a cross between these two from the first series. She was like kind of a chase figure. And then I think this police guy was kind of a chase figure, or I missed him because he was one that it took me a while to get. So she has gone through some incarnations, and now we have a new one where she's still holding on to her bunny, but she's got a total redeco. And did they change her outfit? Nope. They just painted it differently, I think. Let's take a look. Yeah, it looks more like a shirt here, and looks more like a dress there. But there she is. They brought her back. And how am I going to put this? I got to put that one into the wave 2 slot and put this one into the wave 1 slot. I've got them kind of lined up here in order so I know what's going on, but I also have them up on my wall in the order that they came out. All right, so those ones. Then there's this guy. Oh yeah, so this guy does, I just watched The White Lotus again, series 2. And he reminds me so much of one of the guys in here. And I was skeptical about buying this one too. I wasn't going to buy the whole collection because I had just gotten this, and I thought, is it the same one? Is it the same character? And actually, he's quite different. I mean, he's got the choppy little hair, the messy hair, and but he's got a different expression. Oh, it looked like he was winking. And he also got the graphic t-shirt on. He's definitely cool. He likes his black pants and his gray sneakers, and he changed his t-shirt, and his t-shirts are both amazing. He likes puppies too, apparently. And yeah, he's super adorable, and I do like that his mouth is different too, so that is kind of cool. Same character, I would say. New hair sculpt too, I think. And I really, really like it. So he's awesome, and so happy to have him new in the collection. And then, oh yeah, here's an older gentleman we have here, and we've had him before too. Let's see, in series 2. Yep, series 2, he came out, and apparently this was his on the weekend outfit, and they gave him a workplace outfit. It does look kind of like he's a doctor, but if I look at the scene behind, which they have changed, and I've noticed that these two, which were on cardboard boxes before, they had totally different scenes on the back of them, and I did save the backs of the scenes because that artwork is just as cute, and that's kind of why I don't want to open them, and that's why I kind of have to have two, because it is fun to open them and look at them all around and hold them, and they have such a good weight. So the kind of little people that they made before these ones were my third favorite little people incarnation, maybe my second little people incarnation if I don't count the wooden ones that they made in the beginning. Oh wait, there's the wooden ones that I really like, that I love. How can I not like all natural wooden toy? That wood is my jam. but then they came out in plastic ones, and they're like little peg people, and I love that style. But before these ones, they had these streamlined ones that were, they were a little lighter, they were a little hollower, they were a lot hollower, they were like little rubber and they were squishy, and they were more just streamlined. I think in a future video we will have to go through the whole little people evolution, but there's just something, I don't know, at a time where, you know, plastic is more expensive and everything, it's really strange that they took this route and they went into a heavier, sturdier, really heavy, rugged, durable plastic. Now, I'm not sure, I think that the paint does chip off of these. I'm, of course, very careful with them. I mean, I do keep them in bins like this, and so they get juggled around a little bit, but I don't smash them or anything, obviously. Well, I do drop things a lot. Okay, so they did use a different body part for this guy, but you can pretty much say if he has the same face and the same skin complexion and the same hair, that he's probably the same character. Anyway, they do find these combinations and they like to stick with it. So they liked this guy's skin tone and they liked how it looked with the gray hair, and they went with it. So that's that guy. And then now we have, I don't know where he goes. We have her, and she is also a redeco. She was the last one from the original Wave 2, and here she is. And did she have a name? I think she does have a name, but she wasn't one of the... They skipped her in the first wave. And you know who else they skipped? The little red-headed girl, who was a main character in the cartoon, and they still haven't made a little red-headed girl with pigtails like this, or pom-pom head, things like this. It's really strange that they haven't made her. I don't know why they didn't bring her back. But anyway, we have her again in a new outfit. I guess it is, she definitely likes cutesy things. Here she's got a rainbow and a flower, and here she's got a unicorn and a rainbow. So we know what she's into. She's wearing a tutu. She's got different shoes on, but she does have a signature style that she certainly likes to follow. Long sleeves and a tutu. That is her style. If she has a name, let me know in the comments below. Have we gotten any other pigtail girls? No. And then, oh, we got the guy with vitiligo. Check him out. And he is in school. Apparently, we've got the school letters up here. And I saw him in a multi-pack before I knew that these single packs existed. This was just a surprise. I found these at Walmart. I probably should have said that a long time ago. He's got one of those new haircuts that are so popular. I guess his haircut is more popular with the white boys right now. Again, it's kind of an undercut, but yeah, he is rocking this hairdo, and he's rocking his vitiligo, and he's playing with toys. And I probably didn't point out, no, I did talk about some of their clothes. Definitely this guy's monster t-shirt, which is so cute, but some of the patterns on here, Fisher-Price and Mattel definitely have the cutest, best patterns. Oh, every time that Fisher-Price puts out a piece of fabric or something, the prints on them are incredible. And yeah, you can see with these shirts that this line is no exception. And he is a adorable way to end the line. Oh, look, here's the little red-headed girl. Here are the characters. So I don't know their I know their names because I have them up on the wall. That's Eddie, and that's Kobe, and then that's, oh yeah, the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They put their names on them, and then they stopped putting their names on them. But who's missing? They put Jack. Oh, they put Jack in, and they took out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they added Jack to the bunch, and they took out whatever her name is. Sophie, I think her name is. You probably know. If you know, you can leave a comment down below. And then if you look on the back here are some of the other figures from previous waves. So we looked at her before. She was a redeco of this one. but they put on this incarnation of her outfit. You can see that the artwork is really cute. Here is the girl that they reproduced in this line. Why they did that, I don't know. I'll never know the logic behind this, and there probably isn't it. Probably just some kind of happening. And then we have Kobe, which they did release. Wait, is that his name? Oh, Eddie. Sorry. Eddie had a carton of eggs originally. And then in the second wave, they gave him a new t-shirt, and that's pretty cool. And that, from the second wave, is that incarnation. I think all of these are from the second wave. All of these ones pictured here, yes, they are. Maybe they had to use an old stock photo. And then this guy is also from wave 2 of the plastic boxed ones. But I think that those ones would probably have been reissued again for the, I don't know, is it the third wave? Is it the second wave reissued again with boxes? It was just a selection of the second wave, I think is what it was. Do I have to collect those to get those versions of them in boxes? I don't think I have to do that. Considering I do have them in plastic boxes. So we'll keep it that way. But yeah, I do love that they have a checklist now, so I know that I have every figure, and if they do take out a couple and add new ones, that they would change it on the box too. So that is good to know, so I can just always like take a glance, because sometimes I'll be looking at them and the same little figures, and they'll have 2 little new characters stuck there in the mixed in. I'm like, where did they come from? I never saw those before, but that's really only happened, actually that's not true. It happened with them, and then it happened with these 2, I think, in the first wave. Definitely Mia, she was like kind of a chase. They put her out, and then, yeah, they put her, she was a surprise to me to see her again, but in a different pose. Anyway, okay, so that's it. That's it. Too much for me to talk about. I get so excited. You can see these are my favorite figures to collect besides Masters of the Universe, equally to Masters of the Universe, maybe. Yeah, it would be hard to decide. Anyway, they're bright, they're colorful, they're hunky, they're chunky. That's why I like them. I hope you like them too. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me today. Go buy some Fisher-Price Little People. They're adorable.